Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. A big shout out to Lake Sumter State College for sponsoring us as well. I'm here talking today with Tavares High School golf coach Matt Griffin, along with Lilly, Dunn, and Sam Langford, who we'll have on the program in just a little bit. I want to welcome you to the Sports Hub. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. What a great opportunity.
I'm so excited to talk to you guys, and this is one of the first golf programs we've had on the show, so really excited to have you guys along. Lilly, thank you for coming as well.
Thank you for letting me.
Absolutely. Lilly's a senior, so Lilly, you come into your senior year. You've been playing golf for a little bit here, so
Yeah.
How's that been the last couple of years, and when did you start playing golf?
Well, I started playing about, let's say 4 years ago. Well, this would be my fourth year, but I started off with my grandma. Actually, she wanted to take golf lessons, and I just gave the opportunity up. I wasn't doing anything at the time, but I just wanted to try it, and ever since then, I've actually really loved the sport.
What made you fall in love with the sport of golf?
I really don't know. It's a very unique sport.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt right.
Coach, do you get a lot of that where kids come into the program and maybe they've never played golf before, or they come in and they're just looking for maybe an alternative to a contact sport and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Kids come in at various levels of experience. And so when Lilly started her freshman year, if you took a tape of her today compared to when she walked in, she's, come a long way. And, golf it's a constant learning game. I mean, even somebody who's played it for a long time, you're still trying to find that next little secret, that next edge to get you to where you want to be. So always different levels that come in and enter, and it's my job to get them to where they eventually want to be. So
you can find me in the woods on the first tee, so that's where I'll be. But do the best we can with golf. But it's all about a learning process. Coach mentioned the learning process. What are the things that you've learned personally about yourself playing golf?
I've learned how to manage the different shots, like how to manage a bad shot versus a really good shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. It's really helped.
And it's a mental game as well, right?
It is a very mental game.
Yeah. So how's that as well? Has that helped sort of things on and off the course?
Yeah. Yeah.
The short answer is yes, for sure. And golf is a mental game. And for you've been playing golf for a hot minute here. Let's talk about your career and sort of how you got into golf.
So I was a high school golfer in Indianapolis. I played baseball before I played golf, and some friends of mine introduced me to the game, and I took a liking to it right away and stopped playing baseball and started focusing a little bit more on golf. Mm-hmm. I worked in the golf business per se. I was a cart boy. I was a driving range attendant. I worked in the pro shop. I worked on the golf maintenance side of things. So golf has been a big part of my life for a long time. I played 4 years in high school. I didn't play anywhere collegiately. I probably maybe could have tried to play some junior college golf, but just wasn't the path that I was meant to go down. So I've always loved it, regardless if I was playing it competitively. I was always playing on my own and with friends. It's a universal game, which is great. You can go anywhere and play it. So, and coaching was always something that was a passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Just being around sports my entire life, it's always been something that I wanted to do, which kind of led me to the field of education as an easy avenue to go into coaching. So, I have a huge passion for the game, always been a big fan of the game, student of the game, and so I try to pass that on to these kids.
So how'd you end up at Tavares High School, and what do you teach at Tavares?
So Tavares, I started my teaching and coaching career in St. Louis, Missouri, at a school called Warrenton High School, and moved down to Florida in 2017. I started teaching at Umatilla High School. That was the school who brought me in when I moved down. Mm-hmm. I did not coach while I was at Umatilla, and then in 2019, I came over to Tavares and started coaching the following year in 2020. So I've been the golf coach there. This is my fifth season.
Nice.
So I teach history, and I'm coordinating a program called International Baccalaureate, which is new to Tavares in Lake County. It's a honor style program, kind of on the same plane as a advanced placement or AP. So learning a lot of new things as that comes on. So yeah.
Well, he's talking about learning new things, and it's always good to learn new things. What are some of the things that you have learned from Coach Griffin?
Well, really a lot of things. Putting, basically, he's also kind of helped with managing how to, take the different shots, and even like out of like the bad shots, there's always something good in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a good score for you out there? Because I know scores range and they differ from person to person. What's a good score for you?
On 9 holes, I shoot from 42 to 45, and then on 18, I shoot about 80s to 85.
Well, I'd take that any day out of the week.
Depends on the day, though.
Yeah. And does it depend on the course too?
Yes.
Yeah.
That does determine.
Do you have a favorite course that you like in the area?
Mount Dora Country Club.
Do you guys play at Mount Dora Country Club?
Yes, sir. That's our home course.
I gotcha. So you enjoy playing over there. As far as golf goes, what is the training like, or what is the practice schedule like? Like how does that look?
So we practice at least 4 days a week after school, from about 3:15 to 5:30, 5:45, working on a variety of things. We tend to either get started on the range or on the practice putting green, doing some short game, practice, and then generally we'll get warmed up, and then the players will go out and play as many holes as they can before we get going. And so a little bit of everything. Some days we focus a little bit more on short game and maybe not play as much. Try and find some competitions and keep it fun. And
yeah. And for you personally, girls golf in the area, you have the boys golf teams, but girls golf teams, sometimes it's a little bit more challenging to get girls into the golf, in this area. You represent one of many who play the game of golf. As far as that goes, what do you love most about playing golf, and how do you want to get more girls involved in golf?
I'm really good at long drives. That's, I think, one of my favorite is just seeing the effect of what your driver can do and what long game. Is that the word? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And really, like, getting more girls on the team would really help with, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard because golf is not, I don't really know how to explain this. It's not really a sport that girls would be like interested in immediately versus like volleyball.
Why do you think that?
I really don't like it.
Why would you think that, Coach?
Maybe access to golf. It is sometimes expensive to get into the game, especially if you don't have clubs. If you don't have family members that play it, it's not as popular as your recreational soccer leagues or basketball leagues where those sports are more available. Golf is unique in that it's tradition. It's passed on a lot of times through family members to players, and so maybe that's why it's not as accessible. Is there's just not as big as many people playing the game to be able to pass it down.
Do you think that that could change in the years going forward? Because I feel like golf at this point, even in the Olympics, you saw how popular golf is. The pros are starting to all buy into it, and even the female golfers on the LPGA Tour, most of them partook in the Olympics this year. So I feel like everything is there for golf, but how do we grow it in Central Florida?
No, that's great. I mean, I agree. That's a fantastic point about the Olympics, because that's more eyeballs, more exposure to the men's and the women's game. In terms of growing it in Central Florida, I know Mission Inn for a number of years did a golf program, and I don't know if they still do it or not, but there was a junior golf program that kids could do for relatively low cost. And I know that was a feeder for a little while, but I think too, success kind of breeds people's interest. It brings people to the game. And so I think as we continue to grow and experience more success and get our names out there, certainly I think this will help us tremendously. You know, the numbers will start to rise.
So you guys just started your season. This is your final season at Tavares High School, which is very sad, but we're hoping that we see you at the collegiate level. Yes. So you have some plans coming up in the next couple of months, and hopefully we see you in the future as well. So as far as Tavares go, how's the season going for you guys so far?
It's going pretty good. I feel a lot more confident in my shots I'm taking and really just accepting the shot that just happened rather than getting so upset and uptight about it, because I've learned that that's not how you should really take it. It's really just matter of fact of just going from shot to shot and focusing on, okay, what do I do this shot and how can I improve the next shot? I guess that would be how you would say it.
When you're not playing golf, what do you like to do? Are you involved with any student government or anything like that at school? Are you involved with any programs other than golf? What do you like to do outside of playing golf? Because obviously golf's a passion of yours.
I really like focusing on school whenever I'm not doing outside of golf. I really like focusing on school and just focusing on my academics. But other than that, I really like golfing.
Yeah. Well, school is so important too, because I believe in this county we had a 92% graduation rate in Lake County. I think that's so important, Coach.
Absolutely. Student athletes first. You know, that's the cliche saying. Fortunately for me, on our golf teams, I've never really had too many academic concerns. Lilly's done a great job keeping up on both of the ends, on golf and school. You know, she's done a great job. She's grown so much. She mentioned the kind of the emotional ties to the game, and you can tell from her freshman year until now how much maturity has taken place in just her attitude towards the game. And because it can be tough, it's frustrating. And when you put as much time into it as these kids do and don't always get the results that you want, it can be tough. But that's, I think, one of the best things about golf is it not only teaches you a skill to play a game, but teaches you some life lessons too, because certainly not every day is going to be great, and you have to figure out how to move past it. So golf is a great educator in that regard.
Absolutely. As far as 2024 goes, what's a successful season look like for you?
Really just not really
Don't shank the ball in the rough. No.
Yeah. Really having the confidence in myself to really keep going, and one match it won't affect me at all. Like I might have a bad match, but that doesn't mean that really doesn't mean anything.
Just
at
forget
all.
it and move on.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like bowling. If you had a bad bowling, you just move on. Or if it's kind of like football, you had a bad game, you just got to move on, Coach. What is 2024? What does a successful year for you look like on the girls' side?
Well, both of our girls who are returning were regional qualifiers last year. They advanced as individuals out of our district, which was, I don't know that it had been done ever in school history. So they made a little school history in that regard. There was some reclassification, so our district did change a little bit, but I still think the goal is the same for these girls. They have every opportunity to advance out of that district meet and have a shot at regionals, where the competition gets a little stiffer, a little tougher. But, you know, that's past the regional meet, obviously, is a state meet. But I think for Lilly, a great year advancing out of districts and just I really do feel like she's going to put together her best year this year. It's kind of been just waiting in the wind, and she's just going to let it all go this year.
She looks like she's ready to go for 2024. We can't wait to see how you do, Lilly. Thanks for coming on to the program, and we can't wait to watch you in 2024 and hopefully in the future as well at the collegiate level.
Yes, I am wanting to go to college for golf, so.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Well, we'll actually be talking about that coming up in our next segment. We'll be talking about a brand new golf program in college here in Lake County that just started up. So we'll be talking about that in just a moment. We're going to take a short break here on the Sports Hub. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Sam Langford, a boys golfer for Tavares High School.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey, everybody. We are back here on the Sports Hub podcast. Thanks for joining us. We're talking with Tavares Golf here today. We're talking with Coach Matt Griffin along with Sam Langford. We just talked with Lilly Dunn and about her season and how that's going. And I want to welcome Sam to the program. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we're looking forward to talking to you about your season. And you're entering your senior season here at Tavares High School and looking forward to great things out of you this season. Coach, can you talk a little bit about Sam and what he's meant to the program?
Absolutely. Sam is a foundational piece of our program. He is our best player. He's our leader on the golf course, does everything the right way. If he's not going to be somewhere, he lets you know. When he's supposed to be there, he's there.
Yeah.
He does every possible thing you could ask for from an athlete. In terms of what a coach could ask for, Sam delivers.
Sam, how long have you been playing the game of golf for?
About 4 years now, since 2020.
Wow, that's pretty good to be the best player on your team and just picked it up in 2020. That's pretty cool. Did you pick it up like during COVID? Was that like a COVID thing you picked up for like to just get out?
Yes, sir. Me and my brothers picked it up.
Nice. And so you've become one of the best players on Tavares High School. And what's interesting to me is you're not just a golfer, you're also a wrestler on the team. So you go from two polar opposites. You got the tranquility of golf, and then you've got the rowdiness of what wrestling is. What is that like, balancing those two sports?
It's difficult because with injuries with wrestling can be, a pain, of course, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
Definitely. It's an interesting thing balancing between those two sports, but you're headed into 2024 and we've got big things on the horizon as well. You've got Sam coming in for his senior year. We're looking for great things out of him, but you also have the future of the program in mind as well. You've got Lake Sumter State College that is opening up a golf program this year for the boys side, and they're also hoping to get the girls program off the ground here very shortly. Talk about the importance of that, Coach.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity for local Lake County golfers. Hopefully a lot of them are Tavares golfers that could make that transition to the next level just right down the road from where they grew up. So I know that they'll put together a great program. I know they've recently hired a coach, and I've heard wonderful things about her. And so I look forward to that partnership and that opportunity to work with them to hopefully feed them some players and become a feeder program for them.
I think that's really important too, especially because you want to play in college as well, just like Lilly does. How important is it to have a program like that start up here? You got to be excited about that.
Oh, I'm very excited. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What excites you most about that too? Because you're coming into your senior year. What does a successful year look like for you? What do you want to get out of it?
I'm usually just shooting low, just trying to do my best, having fun, of course.
And then I asked Lilly this too, because she told me her scorecard. What does a good scorecard look like for you?
Usually like high 70s, something around there. And then in 9 holes, probably high 30s.
Man, again, I will take those numbers any day. He gets out there with 4 years of experience and he's shooting in the high and the 70s. That's amazing. Do a lot of guys come in here and just pick it up just like Sam does?
No. Golf is tough in that regard. And the one thing that I can say about Sam and Lilly is that they both put a tremendous amount of time into their game outside of practice. They do a lot of things on their own. They work with Lilly works with a swing coach over at the Country Club of Mount Dora on her own. So there's a lot of extra time. Sam plays competitive golf over the summer. So it's about committing to getting better and not letting your game get too rusty. And so that's why they are where they are, because they're consistently trying to improve. It's not just, oh, well, golf season's coming up and let me pick my clubs back up again. These kids have their clubs in their hands, a lot of days out of the year.
Reminds me a lot of the AAU stuff that goes on with softball and basketball throughout the summertime as well. These kids, even the football players, going to camps. It never stops, it seems, in this day and age. What's the value of that? Like getting out on the course all the time, refining your skills. I mean, that must be really good during the off season to be able to balance that, because you come back probably improved over the last year, right?
Yes, sir. I really like playing competitively, like out of season, so I can get ready to ramp it back up.
What are some of the things that you've improved on most over the 4 years that you've been playing? Because you picked the club up the first time. I'll never forget the first time I picked a club up and I whiffed on the first the first time I ever swung the club, and this was many years ago. But what is the thing that you've improved on perhaps the most?
Probably just course management and knowing, where to place the shots and, playing smart, not going for something you can't go for.
Definitely. Be the ball. Exactly. Am I right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. What are the biggest challenges for you as a coach, coaching these kids? Are there any challenges that you face as far as that goes, or is it mostly, just getting these kids in the right mindset, getting them out onto the field?
Right. No, I think the latter to what you said is what's best, because preparing them to make decisions that they're going to face out on the golf course is somewhat difficult, because every day is a new adventure on the golf course. So you don't really know what you're going to run into. Managing your round, managing your game, and not turning a bad shot, not compounding errors, making things worse for yourself, I think is sometimes a difficult thing to coach and prepare, because when you get in the moment, you just, you got to make a decision right then and there. And so sometimes it's the right one, sometimes it's the wrong one. But I try to give them as much advice I can give them, and then the autonomy to go out on the golf course and put that practice to work.
You represent Tavares High School, and I know there's a lot of proud athletes that represent Tavares High School, been around for 100 years. I mean, it's a very seasoned program here in Lake County. You also have Umatilla with their golf program. You've got Lake Minneola. I believe they have a golf program, and then you get the Villages over there with their golf program. When you throw on the Tavares colors, what does it mean to you?
It means honor. I mean, just to be able to have a school and be able to play golf, it's an honor for sure.
For sure, and yeah, he represents Tavares High School. Tavares High School has a lot of exciting things going on. I mean, of course, you've got the golf program, you've got ladies golf here at Tavares High School, and you also have the football team that's on the rise. You've got basketball that's trying to get better, baseball team that was pretty decent last year. So there's a lot of exciting things going on at Tavares High School. What excites you the most about the future of Tavares?
Yeah, I mean, continuing to grow, not as a school first and foremost, but our athletic programs do a lot for our school, and having kids involved in them, helping them advance themselves and help get them to where they want to be is a great thing. I feel like the more investment we have from our student body in those extra programs, the better our overall school experience and school community will be. So, I mean, I think that we're in a great. We've gone through some transition in coaching recently in a couple of different sports. I think we're to the position now where we have the people in place that are going to go and help us continue to grow as a school and as an athletic department as well.
As far as you go, have you ever hit like a difficult shot? What's the most difficult shot you've ever had to hit out there on the course?
There's too many to count sometimes. Yes, sir.
I could tell you mine. I was behind a massive tree, and I was in the sand, and I hit it, and I hit the tree, and it came right back to me. So that's never good. You ever have a really tough shot like that?
All the time.
Yeah. Depending on where you're at out here, there's a lot of challenging courses out here. I asked Lilly this before. Do you have a favorite course that you like?
Not really. I just like to play any of them.
Yeah.
Just going out there to play is the main thing.
Because there's some really good courses around here. I actually haven't asked you your favorite course. I mean, of course, there's so many. I mean, there's a couple in the villages. There's a couple of around. There's of course my outdoor country club. Ocala has some really good clubs in and around. Is there any particular place that you like to play?
Yeah, I mean, I've played around a little bit. Certainly not everywhere. I know Mission Resort is always a fun place to go and play. A lot of the local area, Country Club and Outdoor, where we play, is a fantastic golf course. And I've played some other courses in Orlando. I played one of the what was it? I can't remember. Hawks. Mm-hmm. There's a course I can't remember, but a lot of nice ones. Not necessarily a favorite one though.
So let's talk about like the 17th on TBC Sawgrass. You think you could land it right there in the center of that water?
Oof. I could try.
You could try
yes,
to make it happen. Looking forward to great things out of you this season. When you're not playing golf, what do you like to do when you're not golfing? Are you involved with any other things at Tavares?
I'm in the National Honor Society.
Nice.
I do that, and I just like to do anything really.
Yeah, coming into your senior year too, are you interested? What interests you? Do you know what you want to study in college? You know maybe where you want to go to college yet?
I'm not sure. I mean, anywhere for college, just trying to get a second level education. But I want to go for sports therapy.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids that want to go for sports therapy and a variety of different things. But when it comes down to it, they all have really great GPAs as well. GPAs are so important. And I know Tavares is doing a lot of great things. Umatilla has their ACE program that they've gotten off the ground that's helped that program. And Tavares, you're doing some really good things trying to get the AP classes off the ground as well. How important is that to your to the overall success? Because I know that academics just if you have good kids doing academics, it also helps on the athletic side.
No doubt. Tavares High School just introduced a program last year. It's International Baccalaureate, which is an international honors program. It's practiced or it's put into place around the world. It's taught in, I think, 4 or 5 different languages. And so we've learned a lot in the first couple years of getting this thing started and are still continuing to learn quite a bit. But I believe it's a great opportunity for kids to come to Tavares to experience a rigorous academic opportunity, but the potential for growth and development as an individual and as a student is maybe one of the best programs that I've ever seen in my 11 years in education. Mm-hmm. It's unique not only to the academic, but to the person, and trying to make the person better in terms of, individual character, mm-hmm. Character traits. So it's a tough program. It is a very, proud distinction to receive that diploma. There's a lot that goes into it, but we're hopeful that we can continue to enroll kids into the program, and that'll be another thing to talk about on another podcast is some of our first international baccalaureate completers.
That's going to be very exciting, and looking forward again to a great season out of you. Hopefully we'll be able to call your name in September, October, and as the golf season works along. I mean, these are the dog days of summer too. Very hot out there, so things are heating up out there on the course, and we can't wait to see how you do in 2024. So the best of luck to you. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely. We're going to take one more short break here on the Sports Hub podcast. When we come back, we'll wrap up next.
Are you ready for your future to take flight? Whether you're graduating high school or looking to level up, Lake Sumter State College offers affordable degrees and certificates that will punch your ticket to success in a rewarding career. Plus, with programs like Direct Connect to UCF, your opportunities with LSSC are endless. So, what are you waiting for? Join us in Leesburg, Claremont, Sumterville, Four Corners, or online. Learn more at lssc.edu.
Hey guys, we are back here on the Sports Hub podcast talking with the Tavares golf team. We're talking with Coach Griffin as well as Sam Langford. Thank you guys first for both coming onto the podcast. We also had Lilly Dunn on here earlier, talk to her about her program as well and how that's looking for 2024. I'm going to ask you one more question, Coach. What does the 2024 season look like for the boys program, and what does success look like this year?
Just growth from last year. Sam was a couple of shots away from advancing out of the district tournament as an individual. Mm-hmm. We have a very difficult district in terms of other teams that we compete against, because there are some pretty bona fide programs there and some really good players. And so it's going to take his best. It's going to take our best to compete with those guys again this year. But in terms of advancing as a team out of districts, it's a possibility, but I think we have a few individuals who could give a run. Certainly Sam, I think, has a great shot of advancing out of the district tournament and hopefully getting an opportunity at the regional tournament. So,
yeah, Sam, we certainly hope that that's the case this season, and we wish you the best of luck, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely. We can't wait for it. That's going to wrap things up here for the Sports Hub this week. I want to thank UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics for making it all happen, as well as Lake Sumter State College for their continued support. We'll see you next week on the next edition of the Sports Hub podcast.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.